この千亜円光をアホほど粉々
Boring! Dr. Stone seems like such a good anime on the surface, so why is it so boring? This aggravates me to no end, because I love science. There's just something about this show that has me like this. I think I had more fun reading the Bible than watching this show. Now listen here, if there's anyone who knows something about getting stoned, that's gotta be me, okay? And this show does not get me cooked. Every invention in this show starts with a bit of curiosity, only then to find Senku going, but actually, it's not funny. Nothing about this show is funny. This is where the show encounters a major hurdle. Where is the funny?
1, 2, 3, 4.
The show tries. It takes every chance it gets, and it falls flat every time. I think the Imperial system is more funny than this. Arguably the most interesting aspect of Dr. Stone is the three-dimensional and profoundly deep characters, some of which include the white boy, Tanjiro, Goku, the sidekick, the racist. The concept is a breath of fresh air, unlike anything seen in the genre before. However, here's the kicker. Despite its uniqueness, for most audiences, it's just average at best. Unless you like science aspect for some reason. Albeit some people on Reddit even question whether some of the science they do in the show is actually doable. 6 people having descendants for 3,700 years. The astronauts didn't give any information on writing, agriculture, how science works. Senku actively handling mercury, lead, and even the sulfuric acid without having any sign of poisoning. But let's step back for a second. This is a shonen, okay? I'll cut Dr. Stone some slack. We really don't have to be overly detailed. It's a science show though. To describe the show in under 5 seconds is basically this. Oh no guys, we have a problem. Let's wait for Senku to solve it. Now, to be fair, the show actually gets better with this issue after a while. But I'll get into that in a second. Now, if Senku is so smart, why doesn't he invent something to make this show funny? When I was watching this show, I had to put it on 2 times just to keep myself awake. Still, it managed to be more entertaining than Rent a Girlfriend. If you're one of those people who think, guys, Dr. Stone is underrated, you might have a critical brain malfunction, my friend. Hot Moms couldn't save this show. Not even Minecraft could have saved it. 80% of the show is a filler. They try to build something new in each episode. But all we see in these episodes is the process. I think I had shower arguments more memorable than these projects. Now, this isn't inherently bad, but the execution of every project boils down to Senku going over the science while the sidekicks freak out. They make these project maps and follow them to make something, which is cool if you're on National Geographic. Look, I don't think there's anyone on this planet who asked for their how-to fix from an anime. It's kind of like going to a circus to read a book. Now, I admit I might be a little retarded, but if Dr. Stone is so cool, why doesn't he just get some pussy? Oh, but wait, for some reason the author portrays him as women avoiding Sigma. That's another strange thing to do for a show. I mean, look at Mushoku Tensei. My man is thirsty 90% of the time, and that's funny. At the very least, it makes the guy relatable in a way. They could have at least made Senku into an alcoholic or something, to add some character. Look, I'm all about science, but the humor the author uses in this show is so unfunny. Like, in one of the scenes, they go searching for oil, and Dr. Stone has this eureka moment how to find it. We're gonna use boars, guys. So he goes, Ah yes, that's how oil fields were found in 1872. And the sidekicks make sure we understand this is not a common knowledge. Guys, that's so funny. 1872. I think I had more fun at my grandpa's funeral. This show is just mid, honestly. The most recent seasons are the best part. The author seems to have taken some notes on selling the adventure and mystery part of the story, but the fact that he doesn't improve on the comedy aspect is really baffling to me. So you know, I wasn't exactly losing my mind over Dr. Stone when I started watching. It had its fair share of critiques from your boy. Now, despite how much I shat on Dr. Stone, I want to give the show some credit, because it definitely deserves some. Sometimes there are genuinely interesting and mysterious scenes that have you question what's gonna happen next. But the problem is the pacing. Like, are you really gonna tell me to watch 2 seasons before the show gets actually good? I don't think you can get away with telling me to read a 500-page book before it gets good. Now, the show isn't a complete disaster, but the time investment is atrocious in this day and age. Dr. Stone, I feel, is one of those shows that should have just ended in a season or 2, and we all could have just moved on.